Hi, welcome to this 12th video on Microsoft Excel shortcut keys. If you have not watched the 11 videos, I will share it on the description. Let us move on to today's session. Today's video we are going to see about shortcut keys on formulas. Okay, so I have this file available. I will share this file also on the description for you to practice. You can download it and you can practice it. So let us go to the sheet number 1. In sheet number 1, you can see the month and sales is available. Now assume that based on the sales, I want to find out the grand total here. To find out the grand total, we have several methods. First method is you can use the function called as sum, S-U-M, sum, equal to sum. There is a function available called as sum. Another method, second method is, you can go to the home tab. Under home tab, you can see there is an option called as auto sum. You can go to the home tab and you can click on the auto sum. Method number 2. Method number 3 is the shortcut key. Alt equals to. Alt equal. So let me do that. Alt equal to is the shortcut key for finding out grand total. Auto sum. Right. Alt equal to, what it does is it automatically writes the function. It automatically finds out the grand total of this. And I press enter or a control enter, it brings me the grand total here. Fine. But assume that I am going to the second sheet. In second sheet, I have the data available here. North, east, west, and on the left hand side, you can see the month names are available. I want to find out the grand total of these 4 columns. 4 columns, north, east, and west. I want to find out the grand total of everything. So select all the 4 cells where you want the total, and very simply you can use the shortcut key. Only important thing is you should have the numerical values before that column. That's it. So let us use Alt equal to. It automatically finds the grand total. No need for pressing enter or control enter here. It automatically finds you the grand total. Similarly, even you can do it on the left hand side in a column wise. Also right hand side in a column wise. Alt equal to. It automatically finds the total by row wise also. So select it and press Alt equal to. No need for pressing enter here. Enter is not required when you are going to find out it for multiple cells. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Sheet number 3. In sheet number 3, suppose I want to write a formula. I want to write a formula or a function. Let me take this table. We have the sales ID, region, sales date, payment type, and sales. Assume that I want to give some a discount value. So I want to give some discount value. Assume that if my sales value is more than 4,000, I want to give a discount of 100. Otherwise, I want to give a discount of 50. Okay, 100 or 50. But how can I write a formula? What is the best function for it? In Excel, there are so many functions available. How can I see that function dialog box? How can I see what are all the functions available? If you go to the formula bar tab, on the formula tab, if you go to the formula tab, you can see that fx is available. You can use this fx, or even you can use this fx available before the formula bar, or you can use the shortcut key Shift F3. Okay, let me do that. Shift F3. Or in some keyboards, you have to press Shift function F3. Shift F3. It opens the dialog box of your functions. What are all the functions available? All the functions will be displayed in a category wise. So we will have a separate video on all the functions available in Microsoft Excel. This is a series of shortcut keys. All the shortcut keys of Microsoft Excel. Similarly, you'll see all the functions available in Microsoft Excel in a separate series. Okay, so this is how you can display all the functions available. Shift F3. But assume I know which function I am going to use. I am going to use the function called as if. So what I will do is, I want to open this. When I press Shift F3, it opens the functional dialog box. Whatever the functions you want, category wise the function is available. You can find out all, or if you know the function, you can type the function on the search box also. So all the functions available category wise: financial function, date function, mathematical function, trigonometrical, lookup. So all types of functions are available here. Recently used means this is the most recently used function in my system. For example, assume that I am going to use this function called as if, and I say OK. It opens the functional argument dialog box, where you can give your logical test, value true, value false here. For example, I want to check the sales amount is more than 4,000. So select the cell where we have the sales amount, and I am checking greater than 4,000 And what is, if it is true, what is the value 1? This functional argument dialog box will help you what are all the inputs you can use. Immediately it will show you the sample of your output also. For example, if it is true, what is the answer you want? I want 100 as the answer. If it is false, if it is not true, what is the answer you want? I want the answer as 50. So first cell it will display the answer as 50. So shift F3 and you can find out the function, and you can click on this function name and it opens the dialog box, functional argument of the dialog box. This is one method. Another method is, I know the function name. For example, my function name is if. I know the function name. Then you can use the, after typing the function name equal to if and I press Ctrl A now, it opens the functional argument dialog box. Okay, Ctrl A is the shortcut key which will open the formula with the formula argument dialog box. Here also you can do the same process. 11 greater than 4000, and if it is true, I want it as 100. If it is false, I want it as 50. And you can say OK, it automatically accepts your formula. Okay, this is another method. If you don't know the function name, you can press Shift F3 and you can go to that functional, select the functional, and you can go to the functional argument. If you know the function, you can type the function and press Ctrl A. This is one method. Another method, I want to see what are all the arguments available. I want to see what are all the arguments available in this cell. What are all the arguments for the if. I want to see here itself. I want to see the syntax and what are all the arguments. So let me type if, and you can use the shortcut key Ctrl Shift A. Ctrl Shift A. It shows your argumental dialog box. What is your argument here? First argument, what is your first input? First input is logical test. It shows the text, it shows the help for us also. Logical test. Logical test, I am going to type that is my cell value. Sales amount is greater than 4000, and I'll come to the next part. Value is true. How can I select this value is true? On your mouse, you can make a double click to select it. 100, you can type 100 if it is true. Come to the false area, double click, and I am going to say 50. Enter. Simple. Enter or a Control Enter. It accepts in a single cell. So Control A, go to the functional argument. Control Shift A, it will show you the syntax of your function. But now this function, I want to accept in a multiple cells. For all the cells, I want the same function to be entered. So two methods is available. One is you can enter the function and then fill it. Another one is before entering the functions also you can select it and fill it. Let us see both. I have selected all the cells. In all the cells, I want the same function. Instead of copying and pasting, select all the cells where you want the function and go to the formula bar. Even last session we have seen this, last video we have seen this, the shortcut key F2, and I press Control Enter now. Control Enter, it accepts in all the cells. Control Enter is the key which will be accepting multiple cells. So we can write the function and go to the functional bar and press Control. This is one method. Another method is select all the cells. Before writing the function, I am selecting all the cells equal to. Now let me write the function if, open bracket. Now since I know the argument straight away, I am going to type the function straight away here. If sales amount is greater than 4000, comma 100, comma 50. Okay, if it is more than 4000, 100, otherwise it's 50. Close bracket. Now I press enter, and one more advantage is if you don't press the bracket also, if you are given all the arguments, Excel will automatically insert the bracket at the last. No worry about it. Now you can use Control Enter. It automatically copies the formulas in the multiple cells. I didn't give the bracket, it automatically closes the bracket here. Control Enter copies the formulas in a multiple cells. Multiple cells if you want to copy the same formula. Control Enter is the shortcut key. Okay. Now let me move to the next part. I am going to the sheet number 4. Here I have some products and I have some unit and rate. Now I want to know what will be the grand total of it. So what is the grand total? Overall total. So normally what the people will do is, first they will write a formula, for example, unit into rate, and I press enter or control enter. Or you can select everything and you can press Control Enter also. Last session we did it, right? Let me do the same part here. I'm selecting all the cells equal to, I'm selecting the units multiplied by rate, and I press Control Enter to accept in multiple cells, and I can say here I want the grand total of this. Last session only we have seen the shortcut key Alt equals to, it will find you the grand total here. Instead of writing, first we have to find out what is the multiplication of unit and rate, and then we have to find out the grand total. Instead, you can use some array function. Once again, array is a different part. You can use the array function in so many things, even in VLOOKUP and other things also we can use an array function. We'll have a separate video about the array. You will see it in a later part. Now, I want this not by writing multiple formula. First I'm multiplying, then I'm giving a sum to find out it. For example, I want the same value, I want the same result in some other, rather than finding the multiplication, then adding it. So let me use the array function here. Sum, open bracket. First I'm selecting all the units. So here you are giving multiple inputs in one area. Instead of giving one value, I'm going to give multiple inputs here. Multiple inputs. When you want to give multiple input, multiple output, that is called as array function into multiply it by rate. Okay, so we are giving multiple input. This type of function is called as array function. If you are using the earlier version of 2016 or 19, you have to accept the array function by pressing 3 keys. Control Shift Enter. Control Shift Enter. Office 365, no need for it. Just you can press Enter or Control Enter is fair enough in Office 365. Because you know Office 365 is basically built with the array functions. No need for pressing Control Shift Enter in Office 365. But assume if you are using the older version 16 or 19 of Microsoft Excel, then you have to press Control Shift Enter. If you are not pressing Control Shift Enter in old version, it will throw some error. It will throw an error. Latest version, as I told, no issues. You can straight away press Enter or Control Enter. Now we are pressing Control Shift Enter. Literally, we are getting the same result. And even you will have noticed a flower bracket is inserted before the formula. After the formula also the flower bracket is inserted. This means this is an array function. To accept the array function, the shortcut key is Control Shift Enter. Okay. Let us move on to the next one. Sheet number 5. Now I have a table here. We have Q1 quantity, Q2 quantity, Q3 quantity, Q4 quantity, year quantity and rate. Now I want to find out the sales value here. I want to find out the sales value equal to quantity. I'm selecting the quantity multiplied by rate, and as usual I'm going to press Enter or a Control Enter to accept it. And when I want to copy the formulas to the other ranges, for example this Q2, Q3, Q4 and year sales, I want to copy the same formula on the right hand side. You know the shortcut key which we have seen in the earlier session itself. Control R will be the shortcut key. But I am getting some error, I am getting some hashes here, I am getting some wrong result here. And how do we copy this formula on the bottom? Either you can use Control D to copy it on the bottom, which we have seen in the last video itself, or you can go here and make a double click here. It has automatically copied the formulas. But the problem is, it's giving the wrong result here. It is giving the wrong result. Because in Excel you would have recognized when you copy the formulas in row wise, downwards you can see the row number will change. B4 into G4, when I come down it will turn into B5 into G5. When I come down here it will turn into B6 into G6, B7 into G7. So I will create a separate video about this cell referencing, but still we will see some small tips about it. Now when I copy it on row wise, the row number is incrementing. When I copy it on column wise, the column number is incrementing. I want to see the formulas. If you want to see one formula, you can click here and go to the top. You can see the formula is available here, right? The formula is available there. That is your formula. But if you want to see all the formulas available in your sheet, you can go to the formula tab. Under the formula tab, you can see there is a button called as show formulas. Or else the shortcut key is Control tilde or tilde. Control tilde, and some people call it as engrave also. Control tilde or tilde, which is below escape. Below escape, above the tab key, left hand side of 1, you can see the control, and you have to press the key Control tilde or tilde. Yes, I have pressed the key. Now it's showing the entire formula. So entire formula, all the formulas available in the sheet is shown here. Once again, if I press Ctrl tilde time, it returns back to the normal view. When I press Ctrl tilde, you can see when I copy it on row wise, the row number is changing. When I copy it on column wise, the column number is changing. But here I don't want the column rate to change here. The G4 is turning into H4 here. You can see the G4 which is available here, it is turning into H4 here. A rate is turning right hand side. When I copy it on the next part, the rate is G4 is turning into H4, which should not change. So what we will do is, we have to fix it as a constant. We have to make this reference as an absolute reference. We have to fix the cell as a constant. To fix the cell as a constant, you have to use a dollar symbol before it. You have to put a dollar symbol. How can I insert a dollar symbol? There is a shortcut key for inserting the dollar symbol. Now let me go to the formula G4. I will go to the formula G4 here, and I am pressing the shortcut key F4 once. When I press F4 once, it automatically inserts a dollar before G, and it automatically inserts a dollar before 4. Another F4 here. One more time I am pressing the F4. It puts a dollar before 4. Another time I am pressing the F4. In some keyboards you have to press function F4. It automatically inserts the dollars here. So F4 is the shortcut key for applying the dollars. Now I want the dollar before G. That's why I pressed F4 twice or thrice, and I press enter or control enter to accept it. And we'll copy this on the right hand side. Control R. And we'll copy this on the bottom by making a double click. Yes. Now let me check the formula by pressing that same control tilde child key. Now you can see B4 into G4, go to the right hand side, C4 into G4, D4 into G4, D4 into G4. The G is not turning into H. G has been fixed as the constant. Okay. So we have seen how to write the formula and how to apply the dollars in this formula. And I want you can try this also. Maybe the next exercise sheet number 6, I have already done the formula. You can verify the formula, how I have applied the dollars here. So here, for example, I want to find out the Q1 tax here. Q1 tax. Same thing, let me write the formula equal to, this will comes with the practice. When you practice more and more, when you apply the dollars more and more, this will comes with your practice. Q1 sales, I am selecting this Q1 sales, H4. Based on this, I want to find out the tax. Let me select the cell where we have the tax. But the tax, when you copy it on row wise also, it should not change. When you copy it on column wise also, it should not change. So you can use the shortcut key F4 only one time. It automatically puts a dollar before N, as well as it automatically puts a dollar before 1. Enter or control enter. And copy this on the right hand side. And copy this on the bottom. Perfect. We got the result. And I want to check the formula again. You can use the same control tilde tile key. And you can see the formula here. You go to the right hand side and you can see the formula. H4 into N1, H5 into N1, H6 into N1. This N1 is not changing. Both the N as well as 1 has been fixed. Right? So this is how you can fix. Once again, I will press Ctrl tilde to come back to the normal. This is how you can fix your rows and columns or the cells as a constant by using the shortcut key F4. Let us see the last bunch of shortcut keys. I go to the sheet number 6. Sheet number 6 also we have used the same absolute cell references. We have used some dollars. But now I want to know, here I am getting this 8.9 or I am getting this 4.1. Based on which cells this 4.1 is calculated. Of course, you can go to the top and you can see the formula is applied here. But I want to select the cell where all this formula is available. Based on which it is calculating this 4.1. I want to check it. I want to trace the precedence of it. Trace the precedence. So we have the shortcut key for it. Next letter to be on your keyboard. Square bracket. Correct. Square bracket. Control key and that open square bracket. Control open square bracket. Now you can see it automatically select the cell which is used for this cell calculation. This 2 cell has been used for the calculating this result. Similarly, for example, I place it at discount B. Now I press the same control open square bracket. Which 2 cells have been used for this formula? these two cells have been used for calculating this formula. Okay. So control open square bracket or control close square bracket. This is trace precedence. Another method of tracing the precedence is, one is the shortcut key. One more method, you can go to the formula tab. Under the formula tab, you can see this trace precedence is available. You can use this trace precedence also. So let me click on the trace precedence. Now it will show you the arrow marker. That will select, when I use the control open square bracket, it will select that. But this trace precedent, it will show you based on which this formula is calculated. And click on remove arrows. Same thing I want to do it in a reverse. For example, this 5.9 has been used in some other cell. This 59.99, I have used it in multiple cells. At least if you click on the formula, you know based on which cell, which formula it's calculated. But this 5.9 is used in some other formula. If you change it here, some formula will affect that. What are all the some values will affect, some cells will affect. I want to know which are all the cells will be affected based on this. If this is trace dependence, this cell is dependent on something. When I change it here, it will change in multiple locations. I want to select it. It can be in a same file, it can be in a different file, different sheet also. Let us use another shortcut key. Control close square bracket. Now you can see it selects all the cells which has been used for this cell. This cell has been used in all the three cells for the calculation purpose. Same thing, I select this 7% and I put control close square bracket. These are all the cells we are used to this 7%. This you can do it in the earlier formulas also. For example, I want to know how this tax is calculated based on which formula, or this tax 8% is used in multiple cells. Which all the cells have been used. For example, here the tax 6570 based on what it's calculating. So you can use control open square bracket. It select both the cells. Or you can click here and go to the trace precedence. Same thing, I can click on this 18%. I want to know which are all based on which are all this 18% is used. Control close square bracket. These are all the cells this 18% is used. Same thing what we did in the earlier part. Or you can use this another method, place it here and go to the trace dependence. It will show you the arrows, so many congested arrows, right? So it show you based on which are all the cells this 18% has been used. Okay, so we have learned various shortcut keys in formulas. We'll see you in my next video.